A warm welcome to the second season of our Supply Chain Leadership Bulletin from beautiful Hamburg. I hope you're all healthy and secure out there.
So today I'm talking to Carl Moore. Carl Moore is COO of Yodel. Yodel is one of UK's leading parcel and express networks in the B2C segment. Carl has been in the industry for more than 3 decades, leading, for example, for a long time, the operation of UK Mail. And he's therefore, of course, a true insider of UK's parcel and express market. So that's why it's a pleasure. I know that you are on a road trip currently, visiting all your depots. It's a pleasure to have you, Carl. Thanks for participating to the Supply Chain Leadership Bulletin. And of course, the first question in these times of crisis, how's your family? How are you?
Thank you, Carsten. Thanks for the invite as well. It's appreciated. The family are good, thank you. All safe and well. Some isolation in the early part of COVID for the family and extended family, but all doing well and all safe. So thank you for asking.
Very good to hear. So, Carl, you told me that you were in the middle of a roadshow visiting all your domestic depots. So you have a very actual, current understanding of the situation. So how did this crisis affect your business, and what is the biggest challenge right now for you?
Well, Carsten, we have several challenges, of course, through the pandemic and continue to have. I guess not dissimilar to many businesses in the UK and across the world right now. I think at the beginning of the crisis, it generated a high level of uncertainty in the logistics and retail sectors, particularly for the bricks and mortar businesses. However, what we saw was, as the crisis progressed, in response to an increase in consumer demand for online retail, it became clear that demand for our services was going to be consistently at or above the peak levels we experienced in the run up to Christmas. We've had to monitor that busy period, that busy 4 months we've just had, and at the same time we've been introducing safety measures, of course, such as no contact deliveries and social distancing at all of our depots. I guess another challenge was to scale up the number of drivers that we had out on road to deal with this increase in volume. And do that at a very short notice. So that also represented a major challenge, but we saw record numbers of applications for those roles, which was hugely reassuring. So at the same time, our IT team developed an app for us recently to allow couriers to use their own mobile devices to scan packages rather than the traditional handheld terminals. This allowed us to overcome the challenge of onboarding the hundreds of new couriers and drivers that we needed to bring on to service the volume. Right now, the UK is moving back to some semblance of normality. So our main challenge is ensuring that the steps we take are proportionate and the correct ones for our business right now.
Yeah, very nice new innovation actually with this app to onboard drivers more quickly, because actually this will most probably remain a tool in your business. Are there other innovations or positive things you take out of this challenging situation?
I think we had to consistently adapt our operation in the last 4 months. Literally as the crisis evolved for us here. So we were successfully making sure we were ahead of the curve when it came to safeguarding the colleagues that we have in the business and our customers. Some of the steps we took were new for us. For example, partnering and collaborating with other courier and logistics companies allowed us to tap into their local knowledge, such as private hire taxi companies, where they were low on volume, where they didn't have the passengers to collect, and we had lots of volume because of the online and retail sector. So partnering, collaborating with those and trying new ways of operations to see if it suited their party. So one of those partnerships, for example, was with Uber.
Mm-hmm.
So we've developed those partnerships now and that collaboration to the extent where, we're able to work together and help each other through this process.
Yeah, actually, that's a really positive outcome, because creating such new corporations or ways of collaboration, this will last, and this will continue to improve your business. So very, very interesting as well. Actually, being COO of a big organization, you normally have the biggest headcount, the biggest organization in the business. That's why leadership is very important. So how did you lead your organization through this crisis? And what aspect of leadership do you think was most important in this time?
I think at Yodel, we're just fortunate to have a strong leadership team. Mm-hmm. It's united in tackling these potential challenges that we've had with this pandemic. And we've been pretty successful so far as leaders in staying strong together and doing that. We're all specialists in our respective fields. So It's been encouraging to see the teamwork over the past 3 months to pull the business through these times. With COVID-19, the decisiveness shown by the Yodel's executive team has been the most important element of leadership so far, I think. We've been able to identify early on where the potential pressure points were going to be and rapidly take steps to mitigate the challenges. So, such as bringing on the hundreds of additional couriers, for example, that I said earlier. We also showed the importance of leading conflict. Our work with SaluteTheNHS.org, for example, to deliver 1 million meals into the NHS workers, the red COVID zones, up and down the country, to give back to our National Health Service is a good example of where that leadership has just come to the fore.
Yeah, very, very nice. Carl, coming to the end a little bit of our interview, so is there anything like a personal message or personal standpoint regarding extraordinary situation?
Well, Carsten, look, I think the crisis has highlighted the puzzle pieces that need to be assembled in order to manage sudden spikes in volume. It's been difficult, but it can be done. Having an agile workforce, a flexible network, and an integrated technology across the business has seen us through, and each component is just as important as the other. Operating in such challenging circumstances has been a test, for sure, but it's been hugely rewarding to be able to deliver for our clients and customers, and also our colleagues alike. So there you go.
Perfect. So thank you very much for this perspective from the UK. Actually, the parcel express logistics industry is an industry which is not hit as hard as others. You mentioned brick and mortar. So it's actually a better situation to go through such a crisis with increasing volumes, or at least stable volumes. So we are in a way in a better situation than a lot of other industries. Carl, it was really interesting. So thanks a lot. I wish you a nice continuation of your roadshow. A lot of interesting discussions, and thanks again for participating to our Supply Chain Leadership Bulletin. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Carsten. Thank you.
Thanks.